whenever I go to the masjid, I know that saying like Allahu like continuously is like not something you should do. But in my masjid, people do it and they wipe their eyes with their thumbs after they say stuff. So I was like, my question is, I
What do
know
you
that they
mean?
do
What
like
do you
some.
mean by saying Allah? Yani what do they say actually?
No, no, they say like Allahu, like continuously. Like
So
they chant
they
it.
just sit there and say Allahu, 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 Allahu.
Yeah.
Okay.
And like sometimes I heard they were like saying a story about how there were these thieves who were like stealing stuff from people's houses. And so when the authorities came, they pretended to pray. And they were saying that it's like a blessing to like pretend to pray. But I know that it's like shirk if you're like pretending to pray. It's like for something else.
So what's the
So
question, Yahi?
my question is, what should I do in a situation where I hear something that I don't think is like right, and my gut feeling is that
First of all, you should avoid such people. People who continuously sit and make dhikr as Allahu, Allahu, Allahu. Give them some time after warming up, they'll swirl around themselves and start jumping Jack Flash. And they would start dancing or chanting. And this is what the super Sufis do. And this is totally out of the question. It's not part of Islam. This is how Islam was attacked by the people of innovation and the enemies of Islam by trying to dismantle the real Islam. Islam that is based on Quran and Sunnah. And that's why they attack anyone who's from Ahl Sunnah wal Jama'ah who tries to present Islam from the Quran and the Sunnah. They attack them. They tarnish their reputation. They label them as Wahhabis, as this, as extremists. Why? Because they don't want people to know what real Islam is. They want people to think that Islam is all about grave worshipping. They want people to think all of these superstitions and these bogus stuff that if you say dhikr or say a specific salutation upon the Prophet ﷺ, you will see the Prophet in broad daylight. If you go to his grave, he will extend his hand and you will shake him as if he was... What is this? This nonsense comes from such people. So first of all, avoid going to such places and talking to such people, because they are people of innovation and most likely people of shirk, and that would take people out of the fold of Islam. So there's no good in talking to them when you're not qualified. Second of all, akhi, look for a masjid that follows the Quran and the Sunnah, a Salafi masjid, of Ahl al-Hadith masjid, people that worship Allah for the love of Allah, following the Quran and the Sunnah, have no prejudice, have no ego or hidden agenda, and that would lead you to Jannah, inshaAllah.